What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Man, this is your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, and you know I'm back at it again talking about the great big one, Loni Love. And again, Loni Love is a gift that keeps on giving, man. Brothers love for me to talk about Loni Love. They love for me to go in on her. And we all know that Loni Love is, I think, like a comedian. I mean, I don't know what's so funny about her jokes or anything, but she's a comedian and she's on The Real, okay? Very, very popular show with women. And Loni Love is known for having a controversial opinion, saying what she feels. Maybe some people think that she shouldn't always speak, but if that's one thing that she does is she talks, all right? And I want to talk about a segment like last week. She talks about this, and we put the quote there. Let me tell y'all, I didn't know how to eat. Then, of course, she always breaks into tears, as she always does. Then we give me the sad music. Growing up in the projects, we just had to eat what we could. I know it sounds funny, but a lot of women in the African American community, we don't know how to eat because we grew up that way. That's Loni Love, always crying about nothing, all right? Just looking for a reason to start crying. And a lot of people in the black community, especially the women, they took some offense to it. The men didn't care, but a lot of sisters took heat with this, right? And because she shouted out to white women and stuff like that, because white women, come to her shows and they understand pretty much how to eat more healthy and stuff like that. But let me want to talk about this also. Loni Love has just revealed why a lot of black women in America, like herself, might be single. Because Loni Love, if I'm not mistaken, she went to a historically black college and university by the name of Prairie View A&M. Now, Prairie View A&M is right outside of Houston, and that school is known a lot for the engineering and some of the more higher core STEM colleges for HBCUs in America. So she graduated, I believe, with a degree in electrical engineering. And Loni Love worked at Ford, right? So Ford in Detroit, she's from Detroit area, very, very big company, Ford Motor Company. Now, although Loni might have grew up in the projects, she was able to take calculus and take physics and to do all of that. Now, she didn't grow up taking calculus and physics, but for whatever reason, she trained herself to become an electrical engineer, an accredited engineer, okay? Because she understood that she had to change her study habits. She had to change the habits because she was trying to achieve this, right? But at the same time, Loni Love has always struggled with her weight. Now, while she can discipline herself to learn calculus, to learn electricity and magnetism, to learn a lot of the electrical circuits and stuff that she's doing, she then blames the reason why a lot of African American women are unhealthy is because they grow up that way. Which to me, that's a poor excuse. And see, that's the kind of excuse that a lot of sisters like to use in other elements. And sometimes I even get talked about for making excuses for them. And I have to absolutely say that a lot of situations, if black women have bad attitudes, if they don't understand how to respect men, just because you grow up that way doesn't mean that you have to grow up keeping it that way. Okay? Growing up with bad habits doesn't mean that you don't have to keep them. And Loni Love is a great example that even though you grew up in the projects, that's not math and centered in scientific centered educational environments, you can be successful if you put your mind to it. See, here's a situation we're talking about. A lot of African American sisters, when it comes to, the unhealthiness or eating unhealthy, you'll find that a lot of them are bright. Some of them went to medical school. Some of them go to pharmacy school. Some of them go to dental school. Some of them go to electrical engineering school, business school, start successful businesses, start churches, be involved in all type of stuff. They can put the discipline in stuff that is necessary for them to go forward. But when it comes to eating right, exercising, now all of a sudden they don't have the will to do that. The excuse is, I grew up that way. That's what I grew up, seeing. They won't start crying and stuff like that. And then this is what they're going to talk about when it comes to men. Shout out to King Obatunda. He's a brother that I did a sit down interview with. And King Obatunda talked about, he saw his mom when he was coming up as a kid. He saw his mom and his sister saw their mom being disrespectful to, the mom's fiance or boyfriend and stuff like that. Now, that is tragic for a child to see that, but that doesn't mean that you need to continue that behavior just because your mom did it. All right. Just because you saw that doesn't give an excuse for you to exercise in said behavior. It just doesn't give the excuse. All right. Let me just say this for a lot of black men. What if we say, we saw our moms babying us and allowing us to not work hard and not take care of women? Would sisters buy that excuse? Well, we saw our moms, catering to us and stuff, so we don't have to cater and do nothing for women. No, sisters are not going to take that excuse from black men. They expect men to work, men to do great things, men to have excuses, men to achieve and be successful. Because sisters throw it in our face all the time. They're more educated than us. They got more going than us. They have more business than us. But then at the same time, when you're not married and while you're single, all of a sudden it grew up that way. And I'm going to talk about this, right? And for a lot of good cohort of successful black men, one of the reasons why a lot of black women, I feel, are single, one of the conditions is the weight. For a lot of brothers that have, a good amount of money or a good amount of status, it's the weight. And the mentality that keeps a lot of sisters single, instead of addressing the weight, is that, oh, well, I grew up doing this, so I'm going to keep doing this. Although they have changed their habits in other areas. One of the real things, and why a lot of sisters like Loni Love, and it's funny that she says that because she's one of the most unhealthiest. Loni Love will tell those same sisters to go out and find love. Go out and find interracial dating, interracial marrying, and interracial whatever. But look, you haven't lost the weight, right? You haven't, done some of the things that might put you in a better situation as to looking better, as to living a healthier life. You just haven't done those things, okay? And then you're going to talk about, well, you need to exercise your options. Well, see, here's the situation. You need to exercise, period. And that's what a lot of sisters don't want to talk about today. And that mentality is what keeps them single. Because when they want to do other things to be successful in business, to be successful in other aspects of life, they don't have any excuses. But when it comes down to, this is one of the reasons why we're big. This is one of the reasons why we're overweight. This is one of the reasons why you don't have a lot of successful relationships. They want to make excuses. And the reason why a lot of sisters call Loni Love out on that is because she pretty much exposed the way that they think. All right. And Loni Love, obviously, who's really, really big herself, you haven't been in the projects for 20 to 25 years, Loni Love. I mean, if you grew up that way, why don't you live in the projects now? You won't find Loni Love nowhere near the projects. All right. You will find Loni Love at Lakers games. You will find Loni Love in the best spas. You will find Loni Love living in the best neighborhood. But you will find Loni Love eating anything that she can. You will not find her at a gym. That's why I call her the great omnipresent. And see, that's the kind of mindset that keeps a lot of black people and a lot of black women in particular behind. You don't want to have that same attitude towards everything. And now that it's exposed, now they're coming after her. All right. Because a lot of black men say, a lot of sisters eat unhealthy. That's true. A lot of Americans eat unhealthy, but in the black community, it is more so true. We have a problem with that. Even me, I have a problem with, eating unhealthy from time to time, but I'm nowhere as bad as Loni Love, though. But the thing about it is Loni Love has revealed the psyche of a lot of sisters in the black community. And trust me, a lot of brothers feel that way. Okay. And that's why a lot of sisters are, can't find people. That's why you see people like Loni Love getting on dating applications. You see it all the time. And why they're so mean on dating applications. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Hit your boy up. It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. I'm back at it again. Make sure that you do me a favor. Number one, subscribe and hit the bell if you're not on this channel. Why are you not subscribed to me with all of this game and knowledge that I have? Support your boy on Patreon, right? Patreon.com/Negro Manosphere. Support all the brothers that have stepped up to support and to play us $5 a month. I thank you so much. The link to sign up to the Patreon is in the description. Thank you for all the hard work that you brothers have done. for us. And then also, if you want to support with buying our memorabilia, our stuff, we have the Black Men Are Perfect t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? You guys could support us by doing that. It's a great way to let brothers and sisters know that you're proud of being a black man in America. So you can go ahead and check out our Teespring store. You can buy from there. And as you know, brothers, the buffoonery will always remain at an all-time high. I'm out.